Speedway Sedans Live, proudly produced by Ash Media Speedway Footage. Brought to you by Speedway Sedans Australia, Adam Holt Industries, Campton Graphics and Signage, Cool Drive Distribution, Jules Furniture and Removalists, EB Graphics, Highline Raceway and Team Apparel, Mental Racewear, Pro One Race Parts, Speedway Sedans Queensland and Speedway Sedans Western Australia. Beautiful sunshine here at Valvoline Raceway. Hope you enjoy all the Super Sedan action tonight. 12 laps the journey. This is heat 13 of 16. 4 perfect rows of 2. As they go green, Corey Smith from Tasmania gets the jump on Brad Wicks from Victoria as they head out of turn 2 the first time. Lee Williams there in third place, Cronitis fourth. On the outside of the racetrack was Ryan Alexander, and Gavin Northfield went straight underneath. And they are flying already. Out in front, the 16 of Corey Smith, your leader. Wicks in second place in the 16-second bracket. Back in third place, Williams, Cronitis, Northfield. Alexander has gone back a bit, then back to Jack Childs. And Sean Black, the 5th highest qualifier after night 1, is still tail end Charlie after 2.
Really liking the way this racetrack's just starting to blow off with these Super Sedans out here. The big horsepower, the big wheels on these cars compared to the other divisions. You can see that they've started to dust it off into turn 1 and 2. Third place car around Williams.
Oh dear.
Cronitis, Alexander.
More than half the field.
Yeah, Williams went around. Jack Childs.
Stu has come out of this.
Yeah, the other thing is Corey Smith. I'm just noticing one of the officials was giving him a fair old talking to because he come round there at a great.
Yeah, I don't think he heard that the yellows had come on.
Mightn't have heard him, but probably should have seen the yellow flag down the back straight.
Possibly.
So there was a quick replay of it. There's Cronitis' front of the car. Corey Smith's your race leader. 10 on the board. This is heat number 13. Smith over Wicks, Cronitis. Now, Williams got sent to the rear of field for the cause of that accident. That's why he's down the back now in car number 4. Let's see what he can do. Can he make his way forward? Smith doing a nice job running a little higher on the racetrack compared to Wicks. Wicks is running a little lower. Pretty much the same line through turns 3 and 4, but 1 and 2 they were certainly different on the previous lap.
So out in front is the 16 of Corey Smith. Brad Wicks trying to mow him down there in the 16-second bracket. Great race for the minor placings here. Northfield goes underneath Cronitis, and right behind them is the 47 car of Ryan Alexander. Parts of Cronitis' car is just blown straight off over on the back straight as Alexander goes straight underneath him into third place with a great move. More panels coming off of Cronitis' car up there in turn 2. It's falling apart literally at the seams, and at the tail of the field is Lee Williams. Into the main straight, it's Smith out in front, Wicks in second. Alexander has got clear in third. The 57 car, minus many panels, is now back in 5th after being passed there by the 15 in Northfield. Then we've got Childs. Sean Black, the 5th highest qualifier, is back there in 7th, and Lee Williams is still at the tail.
Yeah, track a lot narrower down there in turns 3 and 4. Real dark groove starting to form. A lot better in turns 1 and 2. So there'll be 4 laps remaining. Wicks is now working over the back of Smith. Wicks in the 17, Smith in the 16. Wicks working the bottom side. The race is on for the race lead. Smith holds him off. 3 laps remaining. Alexander's got the best seat in the house, watching these two go at it. Down in front, Cronitis and Black, they're having a good race back in the pack, but the race is on up front. 2 to go, Crowe.
Yeah, Corey Smith is just in front, and it's only just from Brad Wicks, and Ryan Alexander is storming home down the back straight. 1.5 laps left to go. It's Corey Smith from Tasmania, Brad Wicks from Victoria, and Ryan Alexander about to join them. 1 lap to go. The white lights come on, and it's Smith, Wicks, and Alexander has moved to second. Brad Wicks has got some steering damage after a bit of contact. They head down the back straight the final time, and Corey Smith from Tasmania looks like he's going to prevail. But coming at a rate of knots is the 47, but it'll be a little bit too late. Put your hands together for him. First home, the Tasmanian, Corey Smith. Second home, Ryan Alexander. A great drive from position number 6 back to Brad Wicks in third. Fourth place is the 15 of Northfield. Then we've got Black 5th, Williams 6th, Jack Child 7th, and Paul Kronitis. Well, he didn't quite make it. He spun on turn number 4, coming in for the checkered flag. That's the way we saw heat number 13, their final qualifying heat on night number 2. Let's have a look at the rocket replay of what happened there at the finish. Kronitis, Williams and Childs, and Jack Childs just drove straight into the back of Paul Kronitis and spun him right round. We'll be back with heat 14 in just a tick. We've still got a yellow. Oh no, we're going to go green. They're going to leave him to sit there and discuss it.
No mucking around here.
And no, Matty Pascoe and Wayne Dick. Now, if Matt Pascoe wins this one, he'll start on pole in the final. Back to Darren Kane in third place as they head out of turn 2, the first occasion. We could have a ripper race here if Kane gets into second early and follows up with Pascoe. So head out of 3 and 4. It's Pascoe, Dick, Kane. And Kane's been passed, nearly driven over the top of. We've got trouble here. Shane Lau went right over the top of Darren Kane. Also involved Anthony Randall. That's down the bottom of the track. The 39 at the top of the track is Bob McCosker. And you'll find another car up behind them as well. So plenty of carnage here in heat number 14. Untidy start to the night. A rocket replay for you. Let's have a Bo Peep. So 71 comes under Darren Kane, and a concertina effect from there.
My mate Matthew Aiken, he helps me out a lot. He couldn't make it this weekend. His partner's having a baby. I want to thank him, and I want to thank Jody Redpath in Tassie, and I want to thank Jason Redpath too.
Thanks, brother. All the best.
So we're back underway here. Matty Pascoe as the leader. Darren Kane is back there in fourth place. Another hip and shoulder there between McCosker and Kohler coming out of turn number 2. And Matt Pascoe skipping away at the moment. Darren Kane, a little bit of cosmetic damage to the front nose cone. Moves to the top of the track on the outside of Anthony Randall. Wayne Dick's still there. And while all that's happening for second, third and fourth, Matty Pascoe is scooting right away from them as they come out of turn number 4.
Yeah, they're not going to see which way Pascoe's gone right now. He's out in front. Kane hasn't been able to get past Wayne Dickey. Works to the outside now. Randall just in front of him now as well. So Kane, you can see he wants to run the top side of the racetrack, and he's got a faster race car, but just being caught up by these other guys in front of him, and that's just probably experience where Kane's not doing anything silly because he knows he needs to finish, and if he could get out in clean air and maybe have a chance to run Pascoe down, but he's just getting caught up with these guys just in front of him.
Certainly is, as Matt Pascoe just does another lap, just running on rails. 16.641 that time around. Anthony Randall second. Back then in third place is Darren Kane. They're 3 and a bit seconds behind. Back then to Mick Nicola Jr., who's moved to fourth. Dick fifth as they move out of 3 and 4 yet again. Darren Kane down low on the racetrack this time does get past Anthony Randall. Now we'll see what the margin is. It's 3.7 seconds. He's giving him an almighty start as it's Matt Pascoe who's going to come up at the halfway mark. 6 down and 6 to go. He is almost certainly going to start on pole position. He's just got to get past the next 6 laps. The margin as they cross the line is, well, it's still 3.2 seconds. So the Kane Stew making a few inroads, but he's a long way behind.
Yeah, he's got a lot of work to do, does Darren Kane. He's your defending sedan champion. That's him on screen at the moment for the people that haven't been here before or wondering what we're talking about. He's the Australian champion. He's the one defending his title tonight. The man out in front with the one on board is the Queensland number 1. He can run that on his car. You can see that on screen now. So, and he is a past winner of this championship as well. So Pascoe, as Crowe has been saying, if he wins this heat, he will start on pole in tonight's 40-lap A main. Kane is starting to wheel him in because Pascoe, I think he's just out there circulating around doing what he has to do. He knows that's all he has to do. And he's probably having a bit of a look if he gets the chance to see what's happening. So Kane still there in second, Pascoe out in front, Randall third, Nicola Jr. back there in fourth. And the only way that Darren Kane is going to catch Matt Pascoe is if we have a yellow or a red.
And it doesn't look likely the way they're spread out at the moment unless McCosker and Lau come together at the back of the field. But there's 1.5 laps left to go for Matty Pascoe. As he moves out of 3 and 4, he'll come in and get the flashing white lights. There they are. He comes down the main drag. Matt Pascoe from Queensland heads out of turn 1 and 2 for the last time in heat number 14. And I think we should all put our hands together for him, ladies and gentlemen, to start on pole in the national final later on tonight. Put your hands together for Matt Pascoe from Queensland. He is the dominant driver tonight. And for the weekend, 3 wins from his 4 races. Darren Kane second. That's a good result for him. Randall third. Mick Nicola Jr. fourth. It's closed up at the back of the field in the concluding stages. Wayne Dick will be 5th. Lau 6th. McCosker 7th. And Dale Christensen will be officially 8th. So Pascoe, your winner from Kane and Randall in heat number 14 of the national title. 2 more heats to come to decide all the placings for the A and B mains.
Facebook Live or any reproducing and putting up on YouTube or anything like that, just a friendly reminder from the management here at Valvoline Raceway. You can check all our races out on Clay Per View. You can actually buy a day pass and look back at our races if you want to show people and stuff like that, and also buy a monthly pass. And obviously, if you're not here at the venue, you can buy a subscription to watch those monthly races and also watch the live events. This is Heat 15, Crowe.
Yeah, and Dave Gartner got a flyer as they head down into turn number 1. And they stay green as they move down the back straight into second place, and going well is Andrew White. And then back in third place, the 14 of Towers. In fact, both Towers cars are out there, Mark and also Barry. And Andrew White is now starting to challenge for the lead with Dave Gartner. White down low on the track, Gartner high on the track. They level up. Back in third place, the 14 of Mark Towers. Fourth place is car number 7 of Grant Shaw from Queensland. Back then to Barry Towers and Mick Nicola Sr., the 3-time national champion, rounds out the field. But Dave Gartner just has the measure of White at the moment. Anybody's guess for 3rd, 4th, 5th and 6th as they head down the back straight.
Just looking at the 14 car of Mark Towers, has a flat right rear tyre. You'll see him go back to the pits.
Yes, well, he has continued on for the moment, making a liar of you, but he will go back to the pits shortly. It's Dave Gartner out in front. Second place, White, then Shaw. Then the first of the Towers cars, that's Barry. Then Mick Nicola Sr. moves to the outside, but it's a race in 2 between Gartner and second place, Andrew White.
Yeah, Gartner last weekend took the feature race win here at Valvoline Raceway. Now Mark Towers goes back to the pits. Gartner will be happy with that. White sits there in second, Shaw back there in third, then Mick Nicola. He's been, and I say this very respectfully, been very disappointing this weekend. Past national champion, won his first Australian title at Warrnambool Premier Speedway way back in the 96, 97, I think it might have been. One of the first years I started announcing. Whew, long time ago. Gartner, though, your current Victorian South Australian champion, out in front in this one. Half race distance, 6 laps remaining. Track starting to widen up that little bit more in turns 3 and 4. Beautiful down in 1 and 2. You can see that real start black line starting to show where these guys are running the top. Now, ironically, look where Mick Nicola's gone, the black number 3 on the bottom, because that's where the moisture is.
Yeah,
it's the darker clay.
And that's where the only battle is too, for 3rd and 4th place. The 3 and the 7, a good battle too, as you can see on screen. Nicola gets into 3rd place, Shaw back to 4th, but it's all the car from South Australia, Dave Gartner, the Victorian champion. After 7 attempts or 7 second places, he finally got the win. 7 and 3 still locked together for 3rd and 4th. Andrew White, a Sunday drive on a Saturday afternoon as they move out of turn 4 and back down the main straight. Dave Gardner out in front with 2 laps to go. White in second place, still side by side. It's the 7 and 3. Nicola slots back into 3rd. 4th place is Grant Shaw. White lights come on this time around. 1 lap to go. Dave Gardner doing a good job out in front. Had an early battle with Andrew White, but since then it's been all over bar the shouting. Now Dave Gardner is 3rd on points leading into tonight. 36 points. May see him on the front row later tonight. Put your hands together for Dave Gardner, first across the line. 2nd to Andrew White. 3rd place will go to Mick Nicola. 4th place will go to the 7 of Grant Shaw. Barry Towers 5th, and Mark Towers only did 3 of the 12 laps. Unfortunately, with 3 cars, and sometimes is the way, they're all out of that race before we got underway. That was our smallest field. Ironically, our final qualifying heat coming up, we'll have a full field of 9 in just a moment. Our winner, though, in heat number 15, the penultimate heat, was Dave Gardner. Onley and Callum Harper, row 2. Mackenzie, Barton, row 3. Fisher and Latham, row 4. No Steve Jordan. There's a story. He was certainly prominent on points as they head down the back straight. It's Matt Williams in the 3 who leads. Wayne Randall in car 6 down low on the track. And the 22 from Tasmania looking for a way through, as is Lachlan Onley. Back then to Phil Barton in 5th place. They're using all of the racetrack. They're 3 wide and splitting right between Williams and Randall went the 22, the former national champion Callum Harper. And Harper takes the lead. He was 2nd on points going into this one. And he doesn't want Dave Gardner starting on the front row. He wants to be on the front row with Matt Pascoe later tonight. 2nd place is now the 6 of Randall. On the outside and running off the racetrack is Matty Williams, and sneaking up on the inside is Lachlan Onley, and then a bit of a gap back then to Phil Barton in 5th.
Callum Harper, he found something out of turn 2 when he took the race lead, when he split the middle of the other 2 cars, and he's been running that line coming out of turn 2 ever since. That car is working beautifully around Valvoline Raceway at the moment. On screen though is Wayne Randall, Williams and Onley. Randall in the 6, Williams in the 4, and Onley in the 17. Now Lachlan working the bottom side in that 17 car, trying to make things happen, but just doesn't get the horsepower down out of the turns to make it worthwhile. Williams has gone to the bottom in 3 and 4. Randall stays up top, working it there. So Randall picks up 2nd, puts Williams back to 3rd, and Onley decides he's got to run the top in 1 and 2. Race leader though, Callum Harper, he's out and gone.
Yeah, split the scene well and truly. The race is certainly for 2nd, 3rd and 4th place, and it's a great one too. Randall, Williams and Lachlan Onley having a great old tussle. Back then to Phil Barton at 5th. Kyle Fisher and Steve Latham having a battle for 6th and 7th. And at the tail we've got Dave McKenzie. The battle continues for 2nd and 3rd place. Low on the track, Matt Williams. On the outside is Wayne Randall. The veteran holds on to 2nd place. Lachlan Onley just trying to find a way through. Barton back there in 5th. But the battle for 2nd, 3rd and 4th is an absolute cracker. Again, Williams dives to the inside on Randall. Randall, you'd suspect, will fight back on the outside. He does, and remains in 2nd place as our leader is checked well and truly out.
Yeah, that battle on screen still, Williams and Randall. Randall in the 6, Williams in the 3, and Onley comes back into the picture in the 17 car. 3 remaining. Harper's almost got a half a lap lead. That's how clear he is. That's him coming through turns 4 now. 2 remaining for that 22 car.
You got to question how one car can get so far in front of everybody else, but it's still a great battle for the minors. Randall, Williams, back then to Onley and Barton, but our leader, you're right, is half a lap in front. White lights are on, and he's going to face Dave McKenzie in just a moment. Randall has just got the better of the 3 there on the last lap, just went a little bit over the cushion down there in turn 4, but put your hands together for Callum Harper, ladies and gentlemen. First time in the final qualifying heat. And he'll start on the front row of the national final with Matt Pascoe. Here's a run to the line. Great set of laps by Wayne Randall. Third place goes to the 3 of Matt Williams. Fourth place to Lachlan Onley. Fifth place to Phil Barton. Back then to Kyle Fisher, Steve Latham and Dave McKenzie. But Callum Harper will join Matt Pascoe on the front row for the national final. That's coming up later on in the program, over 40 laps. There's the result on screen. Harper, Randall and Williams at top 3. All the qualifying heats are done. We'll give you the grids a little bit later on after the points are tallied as the B and the A main roll out on track later tonight. There's the track. You can see the cushion that's developed down there in turn number 1. More racing coming up in just a tick.